Good morning, friends. This morning topic is transition of energy, and this is meant for everybody, particularly for all examinees who are appearing for competitive exams and for the general awareness of every one of us, all intellectuals. Friends, there is no denying the fact that the modern generation or the modern world is in need of greater demand of energy. The globalization of energy, economic power, and the global economy demands more and more energy. And therefore, it is imperative to go from traditional sources of energy to renewable sources of energy. So, energy transition is the shift from traditional fossil fuels to cleaner renewable sources of energy. It is a shift, it is a transformation, or it is a change from the shift from renewable fossil fuels to cleaner renewable sources of energy such as solar power, wind power, tidal power, and biogas energy. All other energies are renewable sources of energy. Friends, you may ask this question: why do we need and what or how do we involve more and more consumption of energy, and how can we reduce consumption, distribution, and generation of energy? The fact is that we cannot reduce the generation of energy because the increasing population and the increasing industrialization lead to a greater demand of energy, but we can generate energy which is efficient, cleaner, and renewable. The change from the shift from traditional fossil fuels to renewable source of energy involves complex process that involves changes in the way we generate, distribute, and consume energy. All these three things are very important. We have to undergo a change not only in the way we generate, also in the way we distribute energy, and also in the way we consume energy in our day to day scenario. For instance, energy transition is now becoming imperative and essential to combat climatic change. One of the major issues the world is facing today is the climatic change and the upsurge of climatic events such as flood, cyclone, earthquakes, and other natural disaster. So in order to combat climatic changes, we need to have you know renewable sources of energy, or we need to have transition of energy. Therefore, energy transition is going to combat you know the climatic changes. When fossil fuels are burned, they emit greenhouse gases, and greenhouse gases trap heat in the atmosphere, and this causes a rise in the earth temperature and eventually goes for global warming, which is a major issue these days. The way the earth is becoming hotter, it is very imperative and very apparent that in the years to come, the earth will become a dust bowl, and or it will either submerge into the sea, or it will become a dust bowl, and there will be enough of pollution on the earth. Therefore, friends, it is very important that we should reduce the climatic changes and the upsurge of the climatic disturbances, and for that we need the safer and cleaner energy, and that is why we talk about transition of energy. Friends, energy transition is also necessary to ensure a sustainable future. The way we are consuming fossil fuels, the way we are consuming coal and other minerals, it appears that in the years to come, we will be completely depleted of these fossil fuels. Moreover, fossil fuels are very expensive. Therefore, in order to have a sustainable future, the world must go for renewable sources of energy. And fossil fuels are a finite resource, and they are becoming more and more expensive day by day. Renewable sources of energies are energy efficient, and they are very safe, and they are becoming very essential these days. They are abundant in nature, such as solar power, hydel power, wind power, and biogas energy. These sources of energy cannot actually emit greenhouse gases, so they are safe also. They do not cause any, harmful effect in the atmosphere. Burning of fossil fuels release harmful pollutants, leading to respiratory problems, cardiovascular disease, and many other health issues. So this is also the reason why we are shifting from traditional energy to renewable sources of energy. The reason why we are doing so is also keeping in view the increasing pollutants in the atmosphere, leading to respiratory problems, cardiovascular diseases, and many other health issues. Transition of energy can improve and improve air quality and enhance public health. That is the reason why we are emphasizing on transition of energy. Investing in renewable energy sources reduces our dependence on fossil fuels, and therefore it is also good for our economic development. Renewable energy sources can help us meet this demand, because the global economy is rising high, and in the demand of the rise of global economy, energy abundance is needed. And for meeting the demand of the ever increasing energy, it is important to go for you know renewable sources of energy, which will not only be climate friendly or eco friendly, but it will also be energy efficient. Therefore, there are certain, components that involves the transition of energy. First of all, we will talk about electrification. Electrification is the process of using electricity to power our homes, business, and other industries. Therefore, electrification is also essential to move ourselves from our dependence on fossil fuels to renewable sources of energy. The second one is energy efficiency. Friends, energy efficiency is the process of using less energy to obtain same outcome. So in order to obtain the same outcome, we must use less energy. And how this can be possible? This can be achieved by using more efficient appliances and machines. Then comes renewable energy. Renewable energy such as solar power, wind power, and hydel power. These energies are abundant in nature, and they are clean and sustainable source of energy. Therefore, they are becoming increasingly in demand for the modern generation, and they are highly competitive also. Then decarbonization. Decarbonization is the process of reducing greenhouse gases emission from the energy sector. And that can be possible only when we switch on to renewable energy from fossil fuels. So, friends, transition of energy is imperative these days, and this can make us live a sustainable future, because our future is going to be highly dependent on renewable sources of energy, rather transition of energy from the traditional sources to renewable sources of energy. And that is what I wanted to emphasize upon. Thank you, friend. Have a nice morning.